homework. My sister could walk to school. I had to catch a 59-minute city bus ride one way to get to school. In the winter, I left when it was dark. I got home when it was dark, and I had 8 classes. My sister had 6 classes. My sister did not have a major. I had a major. I was in ROTC. I ran track. I was in the photo club. I was in DECA. I ran the school store. My sister went to school, and she was in dance workshop. That was it. And at one point, I had a part-time job too. So the standard should not have been the same for us, but it was. Bring home A's and B's and go to college. A second example that I have is that when I worked at Frito-Lay, our first line managers, we were all called resources, and we had several different departments at Frito-Lay. We had potato chips, we had extruded, which is your cheese puffs and your Cheeto puffs and cheese puffs. So you mess the corn up and then you turn it into that. And then you had corn, which is your Doritos, your Tostitos, and all of the corn products. And then you had warehouse and traffic. So PC, extruded, corn, warehouse, and traffic. 5 different areas for managers. And every year we had to fill out our performance development reviews, and we all got evaluated at the same level. And I always had a problem with that because PC was raining money the entire time. So all of the PC resources always got higher pay raises than us because that department was just profitable. Corn had problems, extruded had problems, the warehouse was in shambles, and traffic was all right. But it was 40-something of us, and when the managers, senior leaders sat down to evaluate us, they evaluated us on whether we made money or not and whether we had any unsafe acts or not. Not improvement, none of that. And that was unfair because all the corn resources should have got evaluated separately, all of the extruded resources, because they were doing the exact same job. But that's not how it worked at all. Good morning, Lola. That's not how it worked. And so when I finally went to traffic after I got back from my maternity leave and I got double the pay raise, taking a traffic center that was 29 out of 29 in the company and putting it first, I had to go and do better than PC, extruded, corn. I had to outperform 40 other managers in the plant in order to get that double pay raise. Now, that wasn't fair, but that is the system. So that's the contrast effect to say I got 120 drivers driving around the country, and everybody else could go and look at their employees, their team members, because they were in the warehouse or they were on the manufacturing floor. So how did I even get rated with the rest of them when my drivers left? Sometimes we had 7 team trucks, 4 or 7 team trucks. I can't remember. It was long, 20 years ago. But we had team trailers with a queen sleeper. They ran 24 hours a day and would be gone for a week or 2 at a time and come back. But somehow my work was the equivalent to everybody else's work. And that's absolutely untrue. So when you're comparing like against like, it has to be. So sibling rivalry, if you had it or you've made your children have it, that is contrast effect. My mother used to say, well, your sister, you may not be like your sister. You may not be like your sister. I'm not her. I'm a whole nother different person than her, but I was told you can't be anything like her. But we got the same parents. And then in sports, people will compare players to that time. The debate is who's the better, Kobe, Michael Jordan, LeBron. But they played at different times, and LeBron ain't even a guard, but those comparisons are made. How? You have to compare that time to that time. So you can't compare a high school athlete to an NFL athlete and then say, oh, okay, but they can be. No, you have to compare quarterbacks to quarterbacks in high school. You have to compare tight ends to tight ends in college. It has to be the exact same because now it's exactly the same. So you're not at the Olympics comparing a gymnast to a swimmer because they're not doing the same thing. But contrast effect says everybody's the same. Or we're just going to throw every African-American woman that was born in Detroit in May in 1973 are exactly like Dr. Donna. No, they're not. I had a supervisor. We had the exact same birthday, and he and I were nothing alike at all. And there's like a 4 or 5 year gap. And then in business, you just say all small businesses. If you're a notary of Republic, then everybody that's a notary of Republic, you're the same. If you are a digital marketer, every business is the same. If you are a corporation, you are the same and you get lumped together. But Arizona Tea has not raised the price of the tea since they've been in business. It's still 99 cents. It's still 99 cents, and they have found ways to keep it. The small one at 99 cents, the big one is like $2 and something, but the price is still the price, but it's still lumped in. Cliff Bars, there are private organizations that are doing great, and they get lumped in because people say all corporations are the same. So that's basically the contrast of